Welcome to News from Nesrallah for April 14th to the 17th. Happy Easter, everyone. In math this week, we're going back to number sense and we're going to be adding and subtracting decimals. This is new material and I will show you all the activities in a moment. In language arts and religion, I'm giving the kids lots of choice this week. They're going to choose one reading activity of 3 and one writing activity of 2. In religion, we're going to watch Father Gerard's Easter message and we're going to send him a message on Padlet. So I'll show you where to find all this work. Here is our Happer workspace and it's under homeroom. First thing I want the kids to do is to fill out this form. This is just a little form for me, just to check in on how it's going at home. Are the activities too hard, too easy? Are there not enough activities or anything that they would like to do? This is a place for them to add their student voice to our learning. The second thing I want you to notice is that we're having a Google Meet on April 16th at 11 a.m. and I will email you the code. Well, I will be emailing the students to their Gmail. And then this week, I need for them to submit their speeches. There's 3 ways for them to do it. I outline in this video on how to record your speech. But basically, they can use Screencastify or, of course, like an iPhone or a tablet camera and upload it to their drive. Once they have a link of their speech, they can submit it here. So they're going to add their name, their speech topic, and then their link. Another way to do it is that they can record their speech on Flipgrid. This is probably the easiest way to do it. You're just going to use your camera of your computer and the internal mic. And I've given the students 5 minutes in here to add their speech. All they have to do is press this and then the camera will come on. It's really easy. Then the next thing, language arts. So I've given the kids a ton of choice. So I'll just kind of let you know what they can choose to do. They're going to find all the choices here in the workspace. Just to make it easy, I've made all the reading choices pink and all of the writing choices green. So they're only to choose one, although if they're super bored and they're looking for more work, they can choose all 5 activities. I would love to read their stuff. So the first choice is to listen to a podcast. This is a fiction podcast called 6 Minutes. It's really good. It's a mystery. So they can read about a little background of about 6 minutes, and then there's some work to do. There's some listening comprehension questions in the form of a Google form, and then they can go to this Padlet and share their thoughts about the podcast. The second choice is they could be independent reading. So they could be reading any book that they have around the house, or if they don't have any books and they don't mind reading on a screen, they can check out the Sora app, which is on the student portal. There are tons of books, and actually all of the books for the reading program that we were doing in school, the Silver Birch chapter books, are in here. So here they are, so they can be reading here. After they're done reading, they can fill out a reading log here. It's a Google form, and then they can join our virtual book club, which is a Flipgrid. The last choice is they can read a short story. This one's called The Drive-In Movies, and they can use Google Read and Write to help them with the reading of this text. There are footnotes in it, so you might want to point that out to them what that means. So it just kind of defines some of the words for them. And then there's a Google form reading comprehension for that as well. So all of them line up. So reading 3, you're going to find reading 3, their activity. For writing, the kids are going to be working on the 100-word challenge. We've done this earlier in the school year and the kids really liked it. So this is this week's prompt. They can write anything as long as it's only 100 words on what on the earth happened. So they could be super creative about this. And they can write it here. Writing 1, it goes here in this Google Doc. The next one is called Diary of a Quarantine Kid. This one's done in Book Creator, and it's sort of a takeoff of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I just thought we're living in such historic times that maybe they should be recording their thoughts and their actions during this crazy time in their own words and record their own history. So I've given them an example here of something that we've done in quarantine life with Alice's birthday. And then I've given them a bunch of prompts, but they're totally free to write whatever they want. I'm looking for at least one entry a week. So that's for language arts. For math this week, the first thing I want them to do is this warm up. And this is how we always started our math class, by doing some sort of warm up. This one's called a broken calculator. And they're just going to find a Google slide that's empty. They're all the same. Put their name on the top, and they're going to look at this broken calculator, and they need to find as many ways as they can in 5 minutes to get to 21, only using the keys that are available to them. So that should be really fun. So they're just going to have to scroll down here and just find an empty slide. They can look at other people's slides too if they don't know what to do. Then the next thing that they're going to do is they're going to go through a lesson. I've made a lesson for them about adding and subtracting decimal numbers. And because I'm at home and the kids are not here with me, what I've done is I've added little, like lots of text about what's happening, like how to do it. And then I've also added my voice, sort of giving them some place value. So giving them some context and some teaching. There's also a video from YouTube kind of explaining decimal adding and subtracting as well. Then they can complete this activity. It's right on Google Slides. I think the kids are going to really like it. It's kind of fun. So all they have to do is they should have a scrap piece of paper to help them, but all the stuff here is draggable. So they can move the answers. This should be really fun for them. So they can go through it. They should have a scrap piece of paper to do their thinking. They should not be using a calculator for this. Once they're finished that, they can check their answers here. I put all the answers here so they can see them. The answer key. So if they're really stuck on something or they're really not sure, the answers should help them out a little bit. And then the last thing I'd like them to do is just do this little exit card. And it's just it's 2 questions. So it's just to check their understanding. And then if you're looking for some extra things to do, I know when I was talking to you all last week, I did get that a lot. I've signed the class up for a new math online game, and it's called Knowledge Hook. And I will be sending out the class code so the students can join. It looks like a lot of fun, and I think they're going to like it. But also, they can always be supplementing by doing mathletics and typing club. These are all great things to do while you're working at home. If you have any questions or concerns, please send me a remind message or an email. And I just hope everyone's safe and healthy. And this is all optional, guys. This is just do what's right for your family at this time. You're all in my prayers, and I'm thinking about you all the time.